Yo, what's good? If you have not heard, Anime Vanguards will not be updating this weekend. I mean, you might have realized now why is there no trailer. And then news was broken to us on Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, when this message was dropped by one of the developers, Paisef. I think that's how I say his name. If it wasn't apparent, update won't be this weekend. Sorry to disappoint, but it's a much bigger update. Nah, bro, before I even continue, let me just say that I am the biggest Anime Vanguards glazer. Like, I glaze this game way more than like all my friends do. I'm a big supporter of this game, bro. Like, I love everything about this game. I'm always in support of this game. I think it's done most things right, but this really does frustrate me. Like, this seriously does frustrate me. Okay, let's go over it first. Like, why does this frustrate me? Okay, I understand, you know, that game development takes time, and I'm completely fine with that. My issue, however, is that if your game is known, like, the reputation of Anime Vanguards is anime delay guards, right? Like, if your game is known for postponing itself, why would you make the first update so big? Why would you make it such a big thing that you can't get out soon? Like, it's taken them 4 weeks to drop this update because update 0.5 dropped 3 weeks ago now, and it seems they're gonna drop this update next weekend. So it will have been basically a month without an update. Like, why would you make such a large update that it would take you a month to drop? Your game just dropped. It doesn't have much content. It's super bare bones right now. You should maybe divide that update into 2 smaller chunks to satiate the fan base, give them something to do. Like, bro, the game is so dry right now. You really had to make one super big giga update? Like, that's gonna harm the game so much. Did you not learn from Anime Defenders? Bro, Anime Defenders took a month to drop an update, their World 2 New World update, and it was received horribly, bro. People didn't like it. And you know why? It's because you waited a month, so you're building up all this anticipation, all this hype, so when it finally drops, of course it's gonna flop. Like, it has such insane expectations. Even if the update is super good, people are just gonna be like, oh, finally it's out, oh my god, finally. And if the update is bad, it's even worse because we waited a month for this, we waited a month for that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? If a update is bad but it dropped in 2 weeks, at least it dropped in 2 weeks. It doesn't have the shoes to fill of being an update that took a month. If an update takes a month, we're gonna have insane expectations for it. And they keep saying it's a big update, so people are probably gonna expect way more than actually releases because people like underestimate how much can really get done in time. But yeah, I think this was just irresponsible by the development team. I think they for sure should have just made update 1 way smaller and divided it into like 2 separate updates. So maybe you want to add a whole new game mode to this update and maybe you can't fit it in time. Okay, update 1 is just the new world and the new units. Okay, and then maybe update 1.5 can be this new game mode. There's no need to make us wait a month. The game just came out. It doesn't have much to build off right now. Like, the game is just gonna hurt. It's just gonna hurt by making us wait a month. The player base is gonna drop, and yes, I'm sure the update will be good. I trust the developers to make a good update, but the fact they're making us wait a month is just absurd. Like, I'm not even here to say like, oh my god, you should have been able to get this done in 2 weeks. I understand it takes time. What I'm saying is you should have planned it out so that you can make an update that will only take 2 weeks, maybe take 3 weeks. You know, last week when they didn't drop the update, I was like, damn, they're pushing it, but whatever. 3 weeks is fine. 3 weeks? You couldn't get anything out in 3 weeks, bro? Like, seriously, you should just cut most of the content for this next update and dropped it this weekend to at least give people something to do. Show them, hey guys, look, we're here. I seriously don't think there was a need to make us wait this long. I think it was just very irresponsible on the developers. And the worst part is, this is how we find out. A developer talking in general chat saying, guys, if it wasn't apparent, the update's on this weekend, :P. Come on, bro. You could have communicated that better. Look, I understand. They've given some reasons why they don't communicate updates. I even pulled it up right now. Paisef, the same guy. A lot of people have been complaining about a lack of communication, no schedule, etc. So I'd like to clear up some concerns. Why isn't a release date for the next update? A few months ago, we gave our release dates for May, June, and then July. We never met any of these expected release dates, so we want to be really careful and make sure we can 100% make that date before saying anything, which usually means we'll only give dates/updates when we're close to completion with like a 0.5 update. I think you guys agree that waiting a little more is better than getting told a release date and then us having to cancel it. I agree. It's better to wait than for it to get delayed, right? You know, delay guards, it was very frustrating. I agree with that. Okay, well, why don't you sneak your future updates, at least while we wait? There's 3 issues with this. 1, we want to build up hype right before an update, same way as Anime Adventures, which purposefully kept quiet and dropped a big sneak to build up hype right before an update. Now, I personally think this is just wrong. I don't think building up hype a day before an update is necessarily any better than building up hype a week before in anticipation. I don't really understand that logic. I mean, I guess you're saying because Anime Adventures did it, it's the right thing to do, which, I mean, Anime Adventures was the biggest game, so I guess that's something, but whatever. Second reason, we've had a lot of other games seeing our gameplay ideas even before release. We've said that's the reason we barely post sneaks, and it still holds true now. Seeing how many games just blatantly see our gameplay mechanics and features, we don't want to give them time to see our ideas before we drop the update. If we do post sneak in updates, people will move the goalposts further and argue about how we don't update fast enough, how we don't sneak enough, etc, etc. It's an uphill battle that we're just not engaged with in the first place. Okay, so let's address, sorry, I should have addressed them one at a time. The second one, game stealing our gameplay ideas. I can completely understand that. However, a sneak peek doesn't have to give away the gameplay idea. A sneak peek could just reveal what anime you're gonna make the update on. It could just reveal what new units you're adding. It doesn't have to give away a gameplay feature. So I think that's inherently flawed. Most sneak peeks don't really give away new game modes or anything like that. It just shows like a cool unit from the update, you know? So I think you could for sure still drop a sneak peek and withhold information so games don't steal it. And third, people moving the goalposts further and argue about we don't update fast enough. This thing, okay, this is true. It's also just faulty reasoning, because basically what they're saying is that if we do a little bit for the community, they're just gonna want more and more and more and more. And that is true. That's very true. The anime Vanguards community is mostly kids at the end of the day, okay? It's a lot of kids that play these games. So I understand they're very frustrating to deal with. So I completely understand this concept of like, if we give you guys a little bit, you're just gonna keep demanding more and more and more. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it at all. Just because people are like that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you donate someone $5, right? You donate them $5, just you being kind. And then the person just wants more money. Yo, give me more money, more money, more money. Like, you know, and that is very frustrating. Like, come on, bro. You're taking my like kind of generosity for granted. And like, it is frustrating. But you donating the $5 was still a good thing though. You get what I'm saying? I know it's a very stretched analogy, but the point is like, if you just drop a little bit of a sneak peek, overall, most people will enjoy it. I think a lot of people will enjoy that. I think very few people are gonna be like, hey, give us more, give us more, give us more. I think a lot of people would be satisfied of like, you know what, you gave us something. At least we know you're working on it. You know, I have something to look forward to. Of course, I am certain a minority will be like, oh my god, but more sneaks, come on, I see that you have something, give us more. But like, again, that's just the vocal minority. You know, you shouldn't like not do something good just because of a fraction of the community is kind of toxic. You get what I'm saying? The first point, I think you can easily build up hype with an update way before it drops. Like, Anime Last Stand will drop sneak peeks 1 week before the update drops. To be fair, Anime Last Stand sucks compared to this game, but whatever. I don't mean to throw Anime Last Stand on the bus. You can drop a sneak peek a week before an update and people will be like, oh my god, oh, I love this anime, it's coming out. You don't have to drop it the day before. That doesn't necessarily build up any more hype than the other options. I think that's just wrong. We've had a lot of games stealing our gameplay ideas. I understand that, but you could just post sneaks that don't involve gameplay ideas. They could just involve units, stuff like that. And lastly, I don't think just because of a minority of the fan base is toxic means you shouldn't give sneak peeks at all. So what am I getting at this? What I'm getting at is that I don't really buy their reasons for not being communicative. If any, I understand they don't want to give a release date, but overall, like, look at announcements. The last announcement was of the update 0.5 out. All of this has been said in sub announcements, you know, like this has been said in sub announcements where not everyone is even being tapped in on. So I think it would have been a lot smarter for the developers, considering your game has a reputation for delaying itself, to be like, look guys, update 1 is going to take a while. We're sorry about it, just letting y'all know now. Instead of like not letting us know, so you're just teasing us, you're just like freaking blue balling us every weekend. Is it gonna drop? Is it gonna drop? No, it's not gonna drop. You should just say out loud, yo, this update is gonna take a minute. People shouldn't be finding out every weekend like, ah, oh, not this weekend, I guess it must be the next. Oh, not this weekend, it must be the next. Oh, not this one. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's frustrating. And yeah, like, I'm sure if you did make an announcement, guys, the update's gonna take a minute, of course people are gonna be like, oh my god, why, get it out faster. People will complain, but overall the majority of people will be grateful that you even communicated with us in the first place. The solution to bad communication is not avoiding communication whatsoever. It's just giving a little bit. Like, giving communication where you can. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't solve a problem by just avoiding it altogether. I think overall the developers have done a bad job communicating this to us. I don't think it's Picev's fault. This is just one guy in the development team. He's just the spearhead. Like, he's just the messenger, you know? It's not like these are his decisions, I imagine. But overall, I think 1, the developers should have made update 1 into smaller chunks so that the update can drop sooner, because waiting a month for the update is insane. The game's been out for a month and we've received half an update, bro. Your game just dropped. There's not enough content for us to wait a month. You should have made smaller updates so that we can have something. But whatever, that's one thing. And the second thing is, I think the communication has been an issue. I understand their reasonings for it, but I don't agree with them. Like, I get where they're coming from, but I think they're wrong and I think they're bad reasons. But yeah, sorry for the negative Nancy tone overall in this video, guys. I'm just very upset about this. Let me know how y'all feel. Is there something I'm missing? Do you guys agree with me? Talk about it in the comments. I'll read all of them. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye. I hope this update is worth the wait.